Hey guys! So this is a review I've been looking forward to doing for a while, and yeah, this is definitely a polarizing movie. So real quick, I want to talk about the just the mixed reactions this movie gets. Critics loves this movie. Audiences didn't like it so much. I was like 5 when this movie came out, which is crazy because this movie is 11 years old. And man, does that make me feel old. Like, I know, I'm only 16. But God, I can remember being a kid when this movie came out. And it's like those memories are so distant. It just makes me feel like what happened. It's the same thing with Spider-Man 3. Spider-Man 3 is just turned 10 years old this year, and I remember being small, like 6 years old, buying the toys and wearing like a shirt and wanting to go see the movie, but no one wanted to take me to go see it. But I did see Transformers. So I guess my priorities were really, really straight when I was 6. No, I remember being really excited for this movie. And I was not disappointed as a kid, honestly. Of course, that was way back when just seeing a picture of Superman was enough to make me happy. Excuse me, I was waiting for that. But so yeah, let's just talk about Superman Returns. Superman Returns tells the story of Superman. It picks up after Superman's been gone for 5 years because he went out to check out the remains of Krypton, and like people just gotten used to the fact that Superman isn't around anymore. Lex Luthor got out of prison. Like he got released. And then Superman comes back. And we get another fun little classic Superman adventure fighting Lex Luthor. Alright. Let's talk about the positives. Brandon Routh as Superman is great. He was a great choice. I always thought that, like from when I heard about it when I was back in like 2005, and like I just saw a picture of the dude and I was like, yeah, that guy looks like Superman. And that was me as like a 4 or 5 year old. And then I heard they were making a new Superman movie, and I saw the dude as Superman, and I was like, yeah, I like the guy. And it doesn't hurt the fact that his name is Brandon, which is my name too. So I kind of liked him already because of that. I was 5. Here I am trying to defend myself for liking a guy just because his name is Brandon. That sounded less weird in my head. No, I definitely think he is a great send-up to the Reeves Superman. Because obviously this movie is trying to evoke the same feel as the Christopher Reeves Superman movies. And it accomplishes that pretty well, honestly. And I think that Brandon Routh is a great successor to Christopher Reeves because I don't think there was another Superman movie before this. Like, in between Superman 4 and this, nothing. So, Brandon Routh as the successor to Christopher Reeves, great choice. Great choice. And he does an amazing job with it. But Kevin Spacey as Lex Luthor steals the whole movie. He is just amazing. He's a little over the top, he has so much fun with the part, though. It's kind of like a better version, like a better acted version of why I love Bullseye in the Daredevil movie. Not comparing this to the Daredevil movie, even though I actually don't hate the Daredevil movie, I do like it a little bit better than most people do. It's kind of like that, how Bullseye was such a completely over the top and fun character in that movie, and so overacted and fun, that just made me love that character in that movie. It's the same thing here. I'll admit a little less overacted and a little bit better. Same thing. He just has. It seems like he has so much fun with the part, and every minute that he's on screen, he just steals the movie. I dare say he is a better casting choice than Brandon Routh as Superman. And then you have the supporting cast, which is also pretty good. You have Kate Bosworth as Lois Lane. She's fine. She's the same character as Lois Lane was in the other movies. Nothing really different. You have James Marsden as Richard White, who is Perry White's son and Lois's fiance, husband. I forgot already. He's good. I mean, his character is kind of nothing in the movie, really. Which sucks, because, this movie was shooting around the same time that they were shooting X-Men 3, The Last Stand. And I kind of think that movie would have been a little bit better if Cyclops were in it, but as it is, they had to kill off Cyclops because James Marsden signed on to play Richard White in Superman Returns. So if you hate Superman Returns and you want to blame it for something else and find another bad thing about it, I mean, it's the whole reason that Cyclops was in like 2 scenes of X-Men 3. But he's good in here, though, so I can't really complain. And then you have Frank Langella as, is that how you say his last name? Frank Langella as Perry White. He's great. I love Perry White. Perry White is a great character. Frank Langella as Perry White is great. And then you have Sam Huntington as Jimmy Olsen. Now there's another really fun movie with Brandon Routh in it, where Sam Huntington plays his friend, and they have a little bit of a fun little rapport. Yeah. Just thought I'd point out that I actually do like this movie, and I own it. And actually, let me know in the comments, since this is a movie where these two play friends, if you would like me to review this movie, since it's another movie where they play friends, and I don't see myself ever having a reason to review it in the future. So let me know if you would like to see a review of Dylan Dog Dead of Night. Because honestly, I think that'd be pretty fun to do. But I'm not really going to try and go out of my way to do it unless it's something that you guys want. So if I get like at least one comment of someone saying that they would like me to do it, then I will probably do it, because if I can make at least one person happy, then I consider it a job well done. But this movie, back to the movie, it has great visual effects for a movie that came out in 2006. You know, there's some meh CGI, where, like, there's some parts where they try and, like, create Brandon Routh with CGI for, like, flying sequences, and sometimes it looks decent, sometimes it doesn't. It's fine. I think this is a much better movie than Superman 3 and 4. God. Oh. If there was ever anyone that said that this movie was worse than Superman 3 or Superman 4, that might be like the one time I'd be like, okay, I don't value your opinion at all, because Superman 3 and 4, say what you will, you can have your opinion, I have mine. I personally think they are the worst two Superman movies ever made, and a couple of the worst movies ever made, and I have no idea how anyone on the planet could like them, unless it's like the only Superman movies they have ever seen, and that is the only thing they don't have anything else to compare it to. The story of this movie is also pretty good. I like the themes of like the son becomes the father becomes the son, that kind of thing. You know, it's nice because there's like a little storyline where there's this kid who may or may not be Superman's kid in the movie, and I really thought that was an interesting concept because, you know, it's like now Clark, if this movie had gotten a sequel, now he has someone that he actually can in person teach, and in that way he could probably be a better father than Jor-El, because all Jor-El left him were these pre-recorded messages, basically, whereas Clark can actually be there to physically teach his son and possibly one day pass the mantle of Superman down. And I really liked that idea. I wish it had gotten to go somewhere, but this movie didn't. Unfortunately, it didn't make enough money to warrant a sequel. So, yeah. And the score by John Ottman in this movie is pretty good too. You know, there's obviously the Superman theme by John Williams is in there, but also there's some pretty memorable music in the movie as well. I can't think of like any of the names of the tracks off the top of my head, but there are some memorable ones. And I gotta say this, I absolutely adore the plane scene in this movie where he catches the plane in the baseball field, and yeah, that sequence is pretty amazing. And I think this is a great continuation, like a thematic continuation of Superman 2. I wouldn't exactly say that this is a sequel to Superman 2. I would probably say like probably some of the same events and storylines that were in the first two Christopher Reeve Superman movies probably took place in this same universe, but I do think this is like a different universe. It's just almost identical to the Superman 1 and Superman 2, just because there are a couple times where they kind of reference a couple things that happened in Superman 2 and Superman 1, and so I think, yeah. And I thought I didn't think this would happen, but after rewatching this movie, I kind of have to say that I think, even though I just did the Man of Steel review and said that was my favorite Superman movie of all time, I gotta say, I think this is my new favorite Superman movie. I haven't seen this movie in a couple of years, so I forgot how much I actually loved this movie. And I still love Man of Steel, but I gotta say, I enjoyed this movie more than I enjoyed Man of Steel. It's a bit slow at times, though, I will say that. But it's an overall just a fun Superman movie and a great return to how great Superman movies can be. I'm going to give Superman Returns an A+. Thank you guys for watching this video. Let me know in the comments what you think of Superman Returns, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye.